Right, potential gold setup for 10 a.m. So we've got a situation where we're coming down into, keeping things simple, coming down into Friday's value area. So I'll just box it off. It's this grayed out area on the chart. So that there is the volume area from Friday. Um, I'll give it a green tint because it was actually bullish momentum. But what that means is that there are bulls in the market for a long squeeze setup. So we're coming into that area. We're already testing it at the moment. We failed to be accepted so far, but that's not to say that um, we won't have another attempt back inside. All right, but it's currently support at the moment. It's the Asian lows, right? So let's just mark it off as the Asian lows. So we are bearish below the Asian lows. Currently it's support. My indicator will pick up on that when we move back below that level. That will turn into an 8-hour breakdown, such as the 4BD. That will be an 8BD, 4-hour breakdown, because it broke the low of that 4-hour. It broke down. And this here was a 8BD because it broke below, but it keeps switching between 8BD and 8FOL. Stands for fake out low, so fake out low. So it took the low, but it faked out because it's moved. It was a breakout that failed. So it's a fake out low, fake out breakout. Right, um, so we're looking for shorts below that level. Reason being is because we are in breakdown on the week, right? So this week here, let me pull that in because we've got momentum bearish. So that week was a down week, but it was a fake out high of that week as well. So that was a bearish week that resulted in a continuation of the bearish momentum. So we assume that the bearish momentum will continue, right? So while we're below that level, this previous week low. So broke down, pulled back, acting as resistance. So long as we hold below that resistance area, right? So pull that up. So long as we're below that level, I don't need this on my chart because I've already got it drawn, WBD, but I'll leave it there. So long as we're below that, we're bearish. We're also bearish because we tried to break through it and we broke Friday's high and dropped, came back inside of Friday's range. So that there is bearish. All right, so this is bearish as well. So we've got higher time frame confluence here, continuity. We've got the weekly chart that's bearish. We've got the daily chart that's bearish. So myself as a day trader, I'm looking to ride the higher time frame momentum on the day. Okay, so on the day, we've got bearish momentum in the market. Bearish momentum, we're below Friday's closing price. We're below that weekly breakdown level. We're below Friday's highs. So we box all of that off as resistance. Okay, now what we're tackling are the Asian lows of today. Okay, we're trying to stay below it, but at the moment we've pumped up above it. So at the moment we've got a bit of support going on in here. But if we get through that support base, then I'll be inclined to take the short, targeting this support area. Targeting into here. Notably, if we scroll out, what we can see, the month of October, the lows of October, there's the month. It was an up month, but November was a down month. we broke the lows of October in a down month. Okay, so those monthly lows of October are important because what we did is we broke down and then we pulled back inside of them. So we're back inside of October's lows at this point over here. Right, so November, we broke down the lows, we broke the lows, we moved back up above the lows, and we've respected those lows as a support base until recently. Recently, we took them out again. Right, we took them out again last week. We coiled around them all of throughout last week, and then what day was that? And then yeah, Friday didn't quite test the low. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we're still coiling around them on Friday, and then we stayed above them on Friday and this week so far, but we could be about to head back into them. Okay, so that would be my target. So if we're failing to stay above Friday's highs in what was pulling away from that level, the October lows. So there's the October lows, that red dotted line. So we're coiling around it, and now we try to pull away from it. But evidently, we have failed so far to stay above Friday's highs, so that's bearish. So therefore, we could be heading back to test those October lows. Considering we've broken back below that weekly level as well that we talked about, that breakdown level that we broke last week. So while below that breakdown level and Friday's lows, we're bearish. But we just need to get below the Asian lows, which are so far acting as support. But if we lose those with a significant move, then I'd be inclined to get in on the back of the move because we've got bearish momentum and will be accepted inside of yesterday's value area. And when we're accepted inside of a value area, you expect it to go to the other side. So if we break into, below those Asian lows into the value area, we've got the point of control and the October lows as a first target, but we'd expect it to travel to the other side of the value area, putting in a long squeeze into all of those traders that were long from Friday to take their money and down into perhaps the previous day low or even the previous week's low. Because we've got stops below Thursday's inside day. Stops are below that inside day. We already took the stops above it, so perhaps we're coming down to take the stops below it. But that would be quite a move for a Monday, but never say never. Mondays are usually a narrow range day, but yes, that would be quite a move. $44 on the day. The ATR is $39. So never say never. But I'd be more inclined to look for the scalp in here. Still a decent trade, $10 minus the spread. By the time you get into it, perhaps. For a nice 3-1 at least. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. I've got my trading rules for an entry, which has so far not been met. I prefer to trade within a window, 10 a.m., between 10 and 12 p.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., New York. But let's see. I need to see my trading rules met. At the moment, it's too much support to be looking for anything. We need a decent setup to go short in what could be a impulse correction continuation on the day.